Hola and welcome to ProSpanish. So learning your first 100 Spanish words in a themed topic way, like in most traditional courses, can be really demotivating. It's almost certain that you'll give up long before reaching a conversational level. And it's also the reason why most school kids spend 4-5 years studying a language without ever being able to hold a spontaneous conversation. Now, there is in fact a place for learning topic vocabulary, but it's definitely not in the first 100 words, not until you've got some kind of conversational foundation. So instead, your first 100 Spanish words should be a mixture of high-frequency words and the structures that you need for practical everyday conversation. Now, I'm going to provide you with a link to this 100-word list, which comes from level 1 of my all-in-one ProSpanish course. And as we won't be able to go through all 100 words in this video, I'm going to take you through a 20-word sample from the list so that you can see the huge difference it makes when you learn like this. Now, although you're going to learn a lot over the next 15 minutes, bear in mind that it's a bit of a dash through the sample so that you get the idea of how quickly you can learn. In my ProSpanish course, the pace is much more step-by-step with lots of fluency practice and techniques like the listening and speaking pyramids. Okay, so let's start on our 20-word sample. Now, obviously, I wouldn't expect, and I don't want you to try to memorize this. There's absolutely no way that I would ever go through a lesson of 20 words and expect you to be trying to commit those to memory. So all I want you to do is to follow my instructions, just take a kind of mental note of the things that I pick out and just go with the flow of the lesson. And of course, in my all-in-one course, these 100 words are taught and sequenced in a way that you don't have to memorize them either. Okay, so our first one was actually 2 words. The first one is no sé. No sé. I don't know. No sé. The first thing to note is, well, it's a question for you. How would you say I know? If no sé is I don't know, what's I know? Sé. So I know is sé. I don't know, no sé. So already we know that we just used no at the beginning to make a negative. Next we have estoy. I am. Estoy. We might say estoy en Colombia. I'm in Colombia. Estoy en México. I'm in Mexico. Estoy en Los Ángeles. I'm in Los Angeles. Next, algo. Algo, something. So you can see we're not grouping these by topic. Algo, something. Next we have es. It's it is, or it's, if we shorten it, it. But it can also be the question. Is it? Es? So let's just look at algo and es, something and is. How would we say it's something? What would that be? Es algo. Es algo. It's something. How would you ask the question? Is it something? Es algo? Es algo? Just the same, but the voice goes up at the end because it's a question. So we could say, es algo importante? And you can guess what importante is, important, but because you've got es and algo, which aren't that guessable, you know straight away that es algo importante. Is it something important? Next is hoy, today. Hoy, today. How would you say it's today? What would that be? It's today. Es hoy. Es hoy. It's today. Then we have cuando. Cuando, when. Cuando. How would you say? How would you ask the question? When is it? Just 2 words. When is it? ¿Cuándo es? ¿Cuándo es? When is it? The answer might be, it is today. It's today. What would that be? Es hoy. Es hoy. So we've only done 6 words so far, but you can already see how effective this is going to be in terms of generating conversational language compared with, say, 6 topic words where you might have learnt 6 colours, 6 numbers, or 6 sports, etc. Okay, let's have a look at the next. So, quiero, I want. Well, actually, let's look at these two together, because you can see they look similar. So, quiero, I want, and quieres, do you want? Well, it's actually just you want. But in English, if we're asking a question with want, we'd say, do you want? But in Spanish, it would just be, you want a coffee? We'd say, do you want a coffee? So, quiero and quieres, I want, and you want, or do you want? And again, don't try to learn these, just listen. So, quiero, I want, and quieres, you want. How would you say, I want something? What would that be? I want something. Quiero algo. Quiero algo. What about the question? Do you want something? Do you want something? And by the way, if necessary, pause the video to give yourself some thinking time, because for the learning to take place, you really do need to think through your answer. Have it ready before you hear it from me. So, do you want something? Do you want something? What would that be? ¿Quieres algo? ¿Quieres algo? Do you want something? And we'll just take a quick pause there while I mention our very popular Levels 1 to 6 course. This takes the complete beginner or a near beginner right up to a conversational level of Spanish in a series of very easy to follow steps. All the lessons on this YouTube channel are supplementary, whereas the core Levels 1 to 6 is very much a step-by-step program delivered by the same teacher as all the other videos on the ProSpanish YouTube channel. And while the style is very similar to what you'll be used to from these videos on the channel, the key difference is that every lesson carefully builds on the previous lessons so that you can really feel that progress of going from very little or no Spanish up to a level where you can confidently hold a conversation in Spanish. So again, that's available exclusively from prospanish.co.uk. Next we have sí. You might know that sí, or have heard that sí is yes. That's true, but when that's written, it's got an accent, pronounced exactly the same as this sí, which is if. So sí is both if and yes. So sí, if. How would you say if you want? If you want, what would that be? Si quieres. Si quieres. If you want. How about if you want something? What would that be? Si quieres algo. Si quieres algo. If you want something. Might be if you want something, then just ask. Si quieres algo. How about if I am in Colombia? What would that be? If I'm in Colombia. Si estoy en Colombia. Si estoy en Colombia. Okay, so we've only done 9 words so far. Okay, let's have a look at let's have a look at these two together. So, puedo is I can. Puedo. Puedo, I can. And puedes is you can, or the question, can you? So you can see how quiero, quieres was I want, you want, or do you want? And you can see how puedo, I can, and puedes, you can, have that same kind of form at the end. So I can, you can. Puedo, puedes. How would you say, if I can, what would that be? Si puedo, if I can. How about we put 3 of these together? I don't know, so find I don't know if I can. So 3 blocks there. I don't know if I can. No sé si puedo. No sé si puedo. I don't know if I can. We could even add something else on. How about I don't know if I can today? I don't know if I can today. What would that be? No sé si puedo hoy. No sé, I don't know. Si, if. I can, puedo, today, hoy. No sé si puedo hoy. How about the start of a question? When can you... And we'll fill in some verbs later. But when can you... What would that be? Just those two words. When can you? ¿Cuándo puedes? ¿Cuándo puedes? And let's go on to the next one. Busy, ocupado, just like occupied, like a bathroom could be ocupado, could be occupied, but it also means occupied as in being busy. Ocupado, ocupado. And if it's a girl or woman talking about herself or referring to a girl or woman, feminine, the feminine form is ocupada, ending in an A, ocupada. So how would you say, I am, look at the first column, I am busy. What would that be? I'm busy. Estoy ocupado. Estoy ocupado. I'm busy. Now do you remember that no sé was I don't know? So that no just made it a negative. How would you say I'm not busy? What would that be? No estoy ocupado. No estoy ocupado. And something that we often do in the all-in-one course when a word like ocupado comes along is that we mine it. That is, that we extract all the other words that we can that will be easy to learn at the same time. So ocupado, busy, and preocupado, worried or preoccupied. So you've got occupied, busy, preoccupied, worried. And we can even go to estresado, estresado, stressed, estresado. How would you say? Well, actually, no, let's do it the other way around. What would it mean if I said estoy estresado? Estoy estresado. What does that mean? I'm stressed. No estoy preocupado. Estoy estresado. I'm not worried, I'm stressed. And next in our sample, we've got voy a. I'm going to. Voy a. Notice that the V is pronounced like a B in Spanish. So V's and B's have exactly the same pronunciation in Spanish. Voy a, I'm going to. Voy a Lima, I'm going to Lima. Voy a Madrid, I'm going to Madrid, etc. Next on our list is comprar, to buy. Comprar. So comprar, to buy. And you can see if we combine comprar with the one above, I'm going to buy, we would just say voy a comprar, I'm going to buy. How would you say I'm going to buy something? What would that be? Voy a comprar algo. Voy a comprar algo. I'm going to buy something. And next we have to do or to make. So this word means to do and it means to make. In European Spanish, it's hacer, and in Latin American Spanish, it's hacer. So that C in the middle, whenever the letter C in Spanish is followed by an I or an E, in this case it's the letter E, then the sound will be TH, a th sound in Spain, and a S, an S sound in Latin America. So hacer or hacer, to do or to make. Let's make a question with do you want. So find do you want, and we'll ask, do you want to do something? So remember, it's the do you bit in the question. That doesn't exist in Spanish. We'll just say you want. So you want to do something. How about that as a question? You want to do something? Do you want to do something? What would that be? ¿Quieres hacer algo? ¿Quieres hacer algo? Do you want to do something? And let's add on the end today, hoy. How would you say, do you want to do something today? What would that be? ¿Quieres hacer algo hoy? ¿Quieres hacer algo hoy? So to do or to make, hacer. And next we have to see. And you can remember that the letter V is always pronounced like a B. So that's ver. Ver. To see. Ver. How would you say to see something? Ver algo. Ver algo. How about I can see something? I can see something. And it looks as though you're going to say I can to see something. But of course in English we would just say I can see. We wouldn't say that to. I can see something. What would that be? Just use 3 of these little blocks. Puedo ver algo. Puedo ver algo. I can see something. Next is why. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why? Kind of literally it's for what? For what? Which actually also gives us the word what. ¿Qué? ¿Qué is what? But we're just going to focus on why. ¿Por qué? For what? ¿Por qué? How would we say, let's use I don't know. How about I don't know why? What would that be? I don't know why. No sé por qué. No sé por qué. It might be, I don't know why I'm stressed. No sé por qué estoy estresado. No sé por qué estoy estresado. Another question with why might be, why is it today? It's usually such and such a day. Why is it today? So just 3 of these little blocks. What would it be? Why is it today? ¿Por qué es hoy? ¿Por qué es hoy? Why is it today? Next, a nice easy one. Practicar. Practicar. To practice. We could have practicar español. To practice Spanish. Practicar inglés. To practice English. How would we ask? Do you want to practice? So just 2 there. Do you want to practice? What would that be? 2 words. ¿Quieres practicar? ¿Quieres practicar? Do you want to practice today? ¿Quieres practicar hoy? How about, okay, let's go for a really long one now. We're going to say, I don't know if I can practice today. See if you can work that out. It's not complicated. It's just that we need quite a few of these little blocks. So I don't know if I can practice today. No sé si puedo practicar hoy. No sé si puedo practicar hoy. And of course, when these first 100 words are taught in a step-by-step way with techniques to help you remember them, your recall and fluency becomes very quick. So you're able to construct these kind of sentences in your head very quickly. So phrases like, I don't know if I can practice today, no sé si puedo practicar hoy, roll off the tongue quite easily. And then we have lo. Lo is it, as in, I can't see it, I want to do it, I want to buy it, etc. Lo. And this just sticks on to the end of the infinitive verb. The infinitive verb is just the to do verb, the full verb. So ver is to see. Verlo is to see it. Hacer is to do. Hacerlo is to do it. How would we say to practice it? Practicarlo. Practicarlo. And then we have te. Te, te, you. And it's the same principle. To buy you something, we just stick that you on the end of to buy. Comprarte algo, to buy you something. To see you. Verte, verte, to see you. To make you something. Hacerte algo. How would we say, I'm going to buy you something? What would that be? I'm going to buy you something. Voy a comprarte algo. Voy a comprarte algo. I'm going to buy you something. What about I want to make you something? What would that be? I want to make you something. Quiero hacerte algo. Quiero hacerte algo. Now this is just a 20-word sample, so you can imagine how quickly you could learn with the all-in-one course, where the words are taught in a progressive, step-by-step way, with techniques to make it all stick, and constant fluency practice. And so if you haven't started yet, make sure you head over to prospanish.co.uk, where you can download the complete ProSpanish all-in-one course.